This season's still very young. Greg, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Gobert's out there with Randall. And it's Conley in at the point.
And that time, Jokic having the play created for him. And he obliges with the bucket.
Conley kicks to Gobert. And here's Edwards from the arc. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Now here's Murray. Gordon with a screen on Conley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Brown's shot is off. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Down low. Here's Randall over Johnson. Randall no good.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right and you still get a bad result.
Johnson outside. Pass to Jokic. In the corner, it's Gordon. From outside, off the mark. Edwards with it. Now guarded by Murray. No one near Conley as he lets it go. No good from outside. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
And taken away by Johnson. Gordon finds Johnson. Conley against Murray. Good work defensively by Conley.
Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
And they take the lead. Edwards got 5.
Well, look, it's tough to keep Edwards out of the lane and tough to stop him once he's in there.
Bounce pass, Gordon. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. They could use a bucket. Again, the miss by Murray. The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Randall no good. For Denver, they've gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Murray with it. Now defended by Gobert. Jokic against Edwards. Basket good. Jokic has got his second bucket of the night.
He's so skilled on the interior. Jokic plays with so much force and leverage down low.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Brown is checked in for Gordon. While we have a chance, let's now take a look at the teams that top the league in shooting from beyond the arc. In the third spot, the Timberwolves.
Well, last season, what stood out about this team was their three-point shooting. They shot a very high percentage from distance.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Brown against Conley. Now here's Brown. In the corner, Murray with it. Kicks it out to Johnson. Back to Jokic. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Johnson's shot is off. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. It's stolen by Brown. And here's the fast break. Johnson sends the screen for Murray. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Julius Randle picks one up.
Yeah, and Murray, one of the best free throw shooters in this league, always happy to go to the free throw line.
And you'd think the Nuggets would get to the line a lot more, but Stan, over the last few years, that has not been the case.
Well, part of that is they don't force anything. They work for open looks. They're not trying to bait you into fouls.
And he's been a terrific point guard in this league for a long time. Mike Conley just knows how to play.
Brown against Conley. In the corner, Murray with it. Shoots the three. Buries it from three-point range.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
And the short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. Here's Brown, following the basket by Julius Randle. 4 on the shot clock. Cuts it 5 from 18. Misses off the left iron. Minnesota in the lead, and there's the foul. It's on Cameron Johnson. That's his first foul. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Edwards.
Timberwolves substitution. Number 0, Dante DiVincenzo.
Here's Gobert. Last game out, he had 14. DiVincenzo finds Gobert. Good work there as it goes. Gobert's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The kick out to Brown. Back to Jokic. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Jokic has got 7 points.
Well, he's 3 for 4 to start out. Right off the bat, you could sense he was dialed in. All business so far.
To the inside. Here's Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
Well, Gobert understands how to capitalize off these sets. Great movement by him after setting the screen.
Brown against Conley. Brown right side. Shot clock at 6. Jokic passes to Brown. Oh, good with the triple.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's DiVincenzo. Johnson with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Jokic passes to Murray. And a missed layup.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
Conley gets the bucket.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Denver calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Here's DiVincenzo following the score by Aaron Gordon. Now Randle, his last outing, 16 points for him. Over Gordon. Denver grabs the miss.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Pass to Strother. Fires the 3. Traps in the tray. And it's now only a 1-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, he's not an elite three-point shooter, but Gordon makes just enough threes to be a threat from out there.
Three-pointer Randle. It's hauled in by Gordon.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Pass to Strother. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Timberwolves have gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Shannon, no good. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. They trail by 1. Watson with it. Trying to find Jokic. Gets it to him. Beyond the arc. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Timberwolves lead by 1. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Anthony Edwards. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's Joe Ingles. And it's Shannon in at the small forward. That one is off. Hey, Coach, what about Naz Reid after going undrafted back in 2019? He is really showing him, isn't he?
Well, Kevin, what a story. Uncommon skill level for a player of his size. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He's got a lot in his arsenal.
Valanciunas with a screen on DiVincenzo. And Valanciunas kicks to Murray. Over Edwards. Valanciunas passes to Pickett. Another shot. Outside for Murray. Valanciunas with a screen on Edwards. And again, Denver no good. The Timberwolves shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Here's Shannon. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Well, good recognition there from Reid to realize that his best decision was to move the ball.
Minnesota making a switch here. Miller's checked in. Here's Pickett, defended by DiVincenzo. Hardaway is screen on DiVincenzo. In the corner, Murray with it. And he's good on the 3-ball. Murray's got 7 points in the game.
Well, when you can stretch the D all the way from sideline to sideline, Jamal Murray just so tough to guard.
Pass to Reid. Lets the 3 fly. Sinks the 3-pointer.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Pickett, defended by DiVincenzo. Here's Murray. There's the steal, and here comes the break. Here's Shannon. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And that one is hammered home.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Hardaway is screen on DiVincenzo. In the corner, Murray with it. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, at 6'11", 275, Valanciunas can really carve out space down low.
Over to the wing. Now here's DiVincenzo. Guarded closely. And it's Denver with the rebound. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Murray finds Hardaway. The Nuggets moving the ball around. It's stolen by Edwards. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Minnesota. Conley now comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Jokic with this screen on Conley. Driving the lane. Conley against Jokic. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Jokic has got 9 points.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Over in the corner, Edwards. It's in there. Conley with the assist. Edwards got the lead up to 7 now for the Timberwolves.
Well, look, Edwards plays with a lot of confidence, which makes him deadly off the catch.
Pass to Jokic. Stolen by Reed. And here is Conley. 9-point game his last outing. Count it. Good. And it's a 9-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, it's exactly what Gobert wants offensively. He wants to attack at the closest range possible.
Now, Jokic. It's up a 3. Jokic. Big man with the triple.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Outside Edwards. Conley, the pass to Edwards. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
You just can't give Edwards a look from deep.
Here's Pickett. He has yet to score. Driving inside. Jokic on top. Just 5 on the clock. To the wing right side. Pickett, no good.
Well, you're going to struggle when you're forcing up shots like that.
Pass to Conley. And here's Gobert. Here's Shannon. He's covered by Watson. And it's blocked. Here's Pickett. From deep, Jokic. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Well, that's his 3rd three-pointer in this game, and 2 of those came in the 2nd, so he might be heating up.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Minnesota leading by 6. Conley kicks to DiVincenzo. Back to Conley. Pass to Randall. Gobert with it. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Gobert's got 4 points this quarter.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Back to Conley. Pass to DiVincenzo. It's so easy, Coach, to highlight the athleticism, but there's certainly a mental aspect to the game as well. And I know you value that as a coach.
You can never, Kevin, overestimate how important intelligence is. I was in the NBA, or have been around the NBA for 30 years, and I have never seen one really good player who wasn't really smart.
Jokic with the screen on Randall. Gordon kicks to Jokic.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Inside is Jokic territory.
Jokic's performance has been off the charts tonight. He is having a huge impact on this game.
Gobert down low. He's against Jokic.
Well, when you get that kind of look inside, you have to capitalize.
Johnson surveying the floor. Jokic sets the screen for Johnson. Jokic against Gobert. Johnson, good.
I mean, shades of Vlade Divac there. Jokic is one of the best passing bigs playing in the game today.
Conley against Gordon. The shot's good. Conley's got his third basket of the night.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
From deep, Jokic. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
To the middle, looking for Gobert. He gets it there. And slam dunk by Gobert.
What a night for Rudy Gobert, playing with confidence, looking for ways to score.
Here's Brown. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. His 21st pick in the 2022 draft, Christian Brown, who won a title with Denver during his rookie year. And their coach, Michael Malone, used him in certain situations, and he flourished.
Well, you know, Kevin, he won a college championship the year before. This guy's played in a lot of high-pressure games, and that is what has given Michael Malone the confidence to go with him. He was ready for those moments.
Ready indeed. Murray with it. He's got 7. For 3. He can't get it to go. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
Taking a look here at Denver, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone starts out undefeated. It is a hopeful time of... And now, time to talk about this game. What a solid start for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Bench mob.
That is more than enough of...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint. and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Well, that's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, right? The hot hand.
They've got Jamal Murray. Johnson is out there with Jokic. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's Brown in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Murray outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game. Murray against Conley. Pass to Edwards from 17 feet out. Outside for Randall. Tries yet again. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Jamal Murray.
Well, Gobert is used to this in the paint. Given his height, it's difficult to contest him clean.
Denver making a switch here. Brown's checked in. You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you ask, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
In the corner, Murray with it. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists in the game.
Really, Murray can hit from anywhere on the arc. The corner 3 is just another trick he has up his sleeve.
Back to Rand. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Another miss by Minnesota.
Not a great start to the second half. He's 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And it's Edwards, top of the key. Edwards getting the close range, too.
Timeout. They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. far as the 2K leaderboard with last season's top passing teams, the Nuggets third.
Well, they put a big emphasis on quality passes last year. We saw consistent high-level ball movement from them.
Brown against Conley. Back to Jokic. On the wing, Murray. Over Edwards. And it's McDaniels with the rebound. McDaniels got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Randall. Nails the 16-footer. Randall's got his second basket of the night.
And we've seen Randall add a three-point shot. However, this is the area of the court he's most comfortable, that mid-range.
Brown deciding where to go with it. Wide open look here for Murray. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Shot from 16. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. 6 points for Julius Randle. Now here's Brown. Nothing on the board. In the corner, Murray with it. 3-pointer. Another 3 for Denver.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And it's Conley with the ball for Minnesota. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And you look at this year's Denver team, you know, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done.
And Jokic wide open. He shoots. And again, Denver with the triple.
The competitive nature of Jokic coming through. He wanted those 3 points right back.
Conley the pass to Edwards. Brown against Conley. From downtown. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Murray against Edwards. Murray kicks to Jokic. Jokic catches his way to finish inside.
Well, in a league of huge guys, Jokic's size stands out. He is a problem.
Near the 3-point line, it's Edwards. And it's Denver with the rebound. Executing to perfection right now offensively.
I mean, in total sync, good luck trying to stop him now.
Now Brown, still without a basket. Murray, good.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Denver. You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet. There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Valanciunas. A very nice season for him last year. And he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
And a guy who rarely takes a bad shot. I love the way he plays. Completely unselfish with the basketball. I think he'd rather pass it off than take a bad shot.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Shannon. And Brown pulls it down. The Nuggets trail by 4. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Reed comes in for Rudy Gobert, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Edwards.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Reed. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Well, the biggest thing Naz Reid brings to your team, spacing. Reid can play the 5 and hit threes. There aren't a lot of guys like him.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
And here is Brown. Still yet to score. Johnson in the corner. And another miss by Denver. Minnesota leading by 6. And Randall throws it down.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randall to get that close is a recipe for disaster.
Brown against Conley. Brown outside. Johnson in the corner. Valanciunas with a screen on Randall. Johnson a wide open look. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Reeves got 4 rebounds now tonight. Randall passes to Conley. Here's DiVincenzo. Misses the 3. Brown against Conley. Brown with it. In the corner, Murray with it. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Pass to Shannon. .46 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. 3-pointer. And it's Denver with the rebound. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds in this game. Conley against Brown. On the wing, Johnson. Shoots. Money from the wing. Now it's just a 3-point Minnesota lead. Minnesota's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Randall from outside. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
And helping the team space the floor there. Randall with so much more confidence now from the outside.
Here's Brown. And so it's Minnesota with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We've got more. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. On the court for Minnesota, Joe Ingles is out there with Naz Reid. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's Shannon in its small forward.
And one way Valanciunas generates offense, using that big body to snare the board and keep the play alive.
Here's Shannon. Guarded by Hardaway. Here's Edwards. And the rejection by Valanciunas. The Nuggets trail by 4. Now here's Brown. Hardaway is screen on DiVincenzo. Brown kicks to Valanciunas. Right side Hardaway. Here's Shannon. Guarded by Hardaway. Puts it up from 17. Jump shot is good. And the Timberwolves lead by 6. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them. All game long, that strategy has been paying off.
Denver making a switch here. Jokic is checked in. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I was able to listen to what David Adelman went over with his team. He said to his guys, we need to push the pace more. Come on, guys, we're at our best when we're attacking in transition. Energy up now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
Superb focus from Reid. He excels at using his strength to push through contact inside.
Brown against DiVincenzo. In the corner, Murray with it. Jokic trying to free himself up. The Nuggets with another miss. Timberwolves leading by 8. And now the Timberwolves on the break.
Well, for someone who is mostly an off guard, Edwards puts up great assist numbers.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Brown against DiVincenzo. Hardaway is screen on DiVincenzo. In the corner, Murray with it. It's stolen by Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. And the wide open shot from Reid. Good on the triple. Reid's got the lead up to 13 now for Minnesota.
Such a confident shooter. Reid was ready as soon as the ball got to him.
Timeout called, Nuggets. Both teams deciding to change it up. Nuggets have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Here's Pickett, over by Conley. And there's the drive for 3. Murray, it's good from long range. Murray's got 28.
He has a lot of points from long range this half. He's taken advantage of a really tired defense.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. From deep, Jokic. Reid with the rebound. Reid's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Now here's Conley. Defense right on him. Pass to Edwards. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for the Timberwolves. And as a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
Outside Conley. Here's Reed. Over Gordon. The Timberwolves again can't hit. The Nuggets trail by 10. Here's Pickett. Johnson with a screen on Conley. Here's the drive. Pickett passes to Jokic. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Timberwolves leading by 10. Pass to Conley. Edwards looking it over. Reed with it. Timberwolves passing it around. Oh, here's Edwards. He's covered by Murray. Shot clock at 5. Edwards inside. Murray on him. Edwards no good. Here's Pickett over by Conley. Johnson with a screen on Conley. In the corner, Murray with it. To the paint. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
And we've got a timeout call from Chris Finch. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. The Nuggets making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Pass to Gobert. Randall outside. McDaniel sets a screen for Randall. Lays it up off the glass. Randall's got 14 points here in the second half.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
Brown outside. For 3, Murray connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Brown against Conley. Offensive rebound. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Brown against Conley. In the corner, Murray with it. Good! Another from 3.
He's got this defense scrambling. And even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. Drains the 3-pointer.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
Now Brown. 1:51 left in the 4th quarter. Gordon with no one around. Here's Jokic. Outside for Murray. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
Edwards can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. It's his 3rd foul of the game. Inside, here's Gobert, and finished off by Gobert.
Well, that's why you feed Gobert near the rim. He makes the most of those easy opportunities.
Jokic with his screen on Conley. Back to Brown. And finished off by Brown.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And Gobert kicks to Conley. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Timberwolves.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Rudy Gobert.
He was everywhere defensively, off,
and again for 3.
He's now set the team record for most threes in a game. Unreal.
And a lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure, he's positive.
And a calm in the storm. These fans taking in the moment.
He has made it pour from outside en route to the most threes in a game in franchise history. The first one falls.
Well, the leadership and steadiness Mike Conley brings to his team can't be overstated. A true locker room leader and a vet who sets a great tone out on the floor.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. That one good for 2. And it's Conley with the ball for Minnesota. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Thanks so much, David. And that about wraps it up.